So we thought a fun little story would be to ask Mom kind of how her and Dad met, and while she has a story she's going to share, I did want to tie in that one of our vice presidents, Jeff Clements, his parents, who have a farm not too far from here, shared that Dad, once he come back from working in the Army and working in California on jet engines and come back and asked them, because he's been out of touch of the county so long, who would make a good wife. And he asked Mr. Ray and Miss Corinne that, and they shared Miss Janie Pennington is who they shared. And I thought that was a sweet story of another way that you guys met, but also know you have a story that you were going to share too.
Something I do remember is that when I was at school at MTSU, my friends that I used to hang out with, they were talking about this really handsome guy that lived in Moss, Tennessee, and his name was Doug Smith. And I didn't pay any attention to him. I thought, well, I'll never meet him. And then later, when I went back home, we were having this beauty contest. It was the Miss Clay County, and he was
that mama
there.
was in that.
No, I wouldn't
You were
say
Miss
that.
Clay
Well,
County.
You was Miss Clay County.
well, that's a long time ago. But anyway, he was at the beauty pageant night, and then after it was over with,
Was he judging?
came up to me and was talking to me, and then he asked me out. Of course, I had no idea that I would ever meet Doug Smith. But anyway, I just happen to remember that. I thought that was sweet.
He was cute, and he didn't have no
He was
money.
very handsome.
Didn't he, Mom?
And well,
You didn't marry for money at the time,
Oh no,
did you?
but let me tell you this. When we were born together, this is after he asked me to marry him, but he said, I owe $40,000.
What'd you say then?
I said, that's okay. I didn't know how much $40,000 probably was.
It's just a number.
But I just thought, well, that's okay. You owe $40,000.
Yeah, Mama gets left out of a lot of this. It's always been about Dad. I'm gonna tell you a bit about Mama. Mama, when she was first at the mill, she knew he wasn't making no money because she was the secretary, and she kept up with all that stuff. She worked in a little old block building. I think it used to be a beer joint, didn't it?
Yeah.
That Daddy was. It wasn't a beer joint then, but her and she had to go to the outhouse, which she had to cover it with newspapers because you could see through it. That's how poor we was. But I remember Mama used to come home and take care of me at her log house. Her favorite thing to do was very seldom she was home when the sun was shining, but I'd stay at my grandma and grandpa's house till she got home, and I'd look out the window. And you know, about 30 minutes before dark, you'd see her coming. And that was the most exciting part of my day. My pa was a blacksmith and a sawmill man. He was a genius. He could do anything. But still, my mama was who I loved the most and who got me what I needed and fed me and everything else. So she'd stop and get me, and I'd run out to the car and go to Mama's house. I remember one time I got out in her Volkswagen and I was playing with it, and I changed the gears and I throwed it in neutral and it took off. She jumped up out of her little lawn chair. I think it broke. It wasn't much pumping anyway, but I remember her coming out to rescue me. But my favorite thing growing up was waiting for my mom to get home. And that was,
so sweet.
Mom kind of kept everything stable. Daddy had a lot of ideas. This is, Honest Abe is just one of many. And Mama kind of kept him grounded, as in saying, hey, stick with what works. You know, Dad would try anything. And she was the kind of the glue and the thing that, I mean, I ain't saying she won all the time, but she definitely kept the reins pulled back on Dad just a little. But I think a lot of people overlook the importance of what she did, and overseeing the money, making sure everything was done right. She's straight up with the tax people. Anything that's tax done related, everything's by the book. You know, she's always took us to church, Dad too, and she's always been honest and good to everybody. Everybody always talks about how sweet.
She is the sweetest woman in the world.
And nice Mama is.
Yes.
And you know, everybody loves her. And there's a lot of respect for Mom, even though she shouldn't be working, she still goes up to me and everybody notices that. And I think that's, in a nutshell, very important things that Mama does.
That's sweet. Thank you.
You are. You're the glue that holds it all together and always has. Dad wouldn't have been half the man he was without you by his side.
I don't think so. I think it's took them both. You know, a lot of people mention Dad and his legacy and this and that. But that's Mom's too. It's just as much Mom's as Dad's.